This afternoon, October the 5th, 2025, we've got kind of a different project. This old automobile horn came with a bunch of stuff I got at an online auction. I tried pushing this plunger down here to see if it would work, and everything was kind of stuck and frozen up. So I didn't push too hard. I didn't want to break anything here. But in here, it's got a brass nameplate. What it says is the Automobile Supply Manufacturing Company, Brooklyn, New York. And they call this a hand phone. Patent pending. And it's got a serial number on it. R128900. And this is where it says hand phone. Red letters. So we're going to take it apart and see what the trouble is. To make this video a little faster, I've already had it apart and got everything freed up, but it's kind of interesting to see what's inside this thing. They're just some screws that hold the two pieces together. There are several screws around the outside of this. I don't think it's going to come apart. And this piece lifts off the horn part. And this I would call this the soundboard or the sound plate. This is what really makes the racket. Inside of this, there's this little, I call it a flywheel. It's got these little teeth on it. And then there's a plunger in here. When you push down on this plunger, it spins that little flywheel. There's a rack, and you can see a pinion in there. And on this side, there's a little gear and some ratchet paws with springs on them, so it can only go one direction. This way it won't turn. It turns freely this way. And it's just got a shaft going clear through the thing for the pinion gear. And it looks like this is adjustable here for tension on the pinion. But what happens when this spins, these little teeth rub against this button, causes a vibration for this plate to vibrate in and out to make the sound. So we'll stick it back together and test it out. I have no idea how old this is. But I know it wasn't built last week. I imagine there was all sorts of companies that made horns for these. Some were mechanical like this one, some were electrical. I don't know. Oh, the screw goes in from the other side. I don't know if it was a state law or city ordinance or what, and maybe they didn't even require a horn. I know the Model T Fords had a horn from the factory. We'll find that screw later. It went down there on the floor. The Model T Fords had one from the factory, so I suspect it was a requirement for automobiles to have some sort of a horn on them to alert anybody close by that the old car was coming along. I'm sure these horns caused a lot of horse runaways. The horses weren't used to automobiles in the first place, and then they come up alongside them and blow the horn. It probably would make them a little skittish. Back when this horn was manufactured, I'm sure horses and automobiles shared the road. Well, let's test it out and see if it works. Just like uptown. The hand phone for your antique automobile. Sure a pleasant sound, isn't it? Thanks for watching. That's all for this afternoon. If you got any questions or comments, please add them. Thanks again.